I am Tim Parmeter, founder and CEO of FranCoach. What I want to talk about today, one thing in particular, is really one thing I don't think we have spent much time on, but it is exclusive to franchising. It is one thing that is consistent with every single franchise, and it is a line item of an expense that you are going to have as a franchise owner. It is this pesky little thing called royalties. What the heck is a royalty? Why in the heck am I paying it? When am I paying it? How much am I paying it? And let's be honest, what's in it for me? So we're going to talk about that. But first, as always, let's do a quick reminder of who we are. FranCoach is a national search firm dedicated to working with individuals who are interested in owning a franchise. We are partnered with well over 600 franchisors in about 70 different industries. Our goal is to help clients find the absolute best franchise for them to own. And the goal of the Franchising 101 podcast is to help educate people on all aspects of franchise ownership. So this is honestly an area sometimes people get a little like start to hyperventilate on a little bit. What is a royalty? Well, royalty is the fee you as a franchise owner are going to pay to the franchisor weekly, biweekly, monthly. At the most, it's going to be monthly. You're going to pay that basically forever, as long as you are a franchise owner. It's going to be a percentage of your revenue, usually, 4 to 8%, somewhere in there. There's a little bit of a range with that. Most of the time, it's a percentage. Every now and then, it's going to be something that's up that has a flat fee. So right off the bat, you're like, whoa, what the crap? I'm the one out here doing all the work. I'm making the money. Now you want to cut. Yes, they do. So here is why. What's the purpose of royalties? Well, first off, the franchisor created this business. It is a business. They have built it up from absolutely nothing, from scratch, created it, tested it, trials, errors, tribulations, all of the things, got it to a point where the business was doing so well that they thought it could be replicated. Okay. Now let's turn this into a franchise. From there, that business now is spending oftentimes hundreds of thousands of dollars to take their initial just business that they started, Tim's Sandwich Shop. Man, do I make some good sandwiches. I know I can replicate this. Great. I'm now going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to take Tim's Sandwich Shop and turn it into Tim's Sandwich Franchise. Then from there, I'm going to continue to invest in people, infrastructure, marketing, all of the different things to find franchise owners. Okay. When somebody comes on as a franchisee, the first thing that they're doing when they sign the franchise agreement is they are paying the franchise fee. Franchisors don't really make money off of the franchise fee. That's essentially the cost to get you on board as a franchise owner, to find that person that becomes a franchise owner, their internal staff, everything like that. It's kind of where that goes. So I don't want to say they make zero money, but it's pretty insignificant from that standpoint. Where they make their money on the royalties. So I may spend a couple $100,000 turning Tim's Sandwich Shop into a franchise. Then I've got to find my first franchise owner. That may take a few months, may take 6 months. Once now I have you on board as a franchise owner, you are the new franchise partner. You've signed the franchise agreement. You've paid the franchise fee. Tim's Sandwich Shop, we need retail space. We need to build out. It could be 9 months before you're open. I'm not going to actually make a dime of royalties for, let's say, a year and a half after I've become a franchisor, right? But all of the money is spent over that time on everything I need to support you as a franchisee. Right. So royalties are really it is a long game for a franchisor, but really as Tim's Sandwich Shop, the founder, right. And now I've turned this into a franchise. It is still at the heart of everything. And the core, this is a business. As a business, you are entitled and it is your right to make money. In fact, it's a pretty damn good idea to make money as a business owner. Right. So those royalties are in part that franchisor's ability and right to make money. Now, as a business owner, what you do with the money you make is up to you. If at the end of the year you have $100,000 of just total net profit, and you would like to blow all of that on lottery tickets and a month-long trip to Tahiti. Have at it. Have a blast. It'll be amazing, right? That's probably not the smartest thing to do as a business owner, right? Yeah, spend some of it on, take some of it into your pocket as a business owner. Absolutely. But what you should really be doing as a business owner, whether it's Tim's Sandwich Shop, Tim's franchisor, or a franchisee for Tim's Sandwich franchise, you should be reinvesting some of that money back into the business. So where royalties come in, and again, this is a long play for the franchisor. Frankly, not that franchisees care about that, but I'm just kind of giving you, again, the 411 on how this works. That money that is coming in, that 6, 7, 8% of your revenue, yes, the franchisor has the right to make a profit off of that. They, again, created it and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to this point. But it is how they are paying for everything else to support you as a franchise owner. There are going to be any number of people along the way that are going to be there from the very beginning to onboarding, to training, to a business coach, to anybody, all the people in the marketing standpoint, the operations, the technology side of things. All of those people and all of the systems in there, those royalties are going to basically pay for them or that, right? Because when you think of royalties, what this really is, this is a partnership. So as a franchisor, the better I do finding franchisees, the better I do training and onboarding and supporting them once they become an owner, the better the franchisee does. More money the franchisee makes, happier they are. More money the franchisor makes, happier they are. Happy, right? That's what this is all about. So all of those things that are going to ongoing support you, even if it's sometimes as simple as, hey, we've got a department in here that is creating national accounts, right? Maybe it is we're constantly sourcing vendors. Man, Tim Sandwich Shop, we just got an amazing partnership with this napkin company. We are getting the napkins for our franchisees cheaper than anybody else out there, right? Well, somebody internally within our franchise had to work for that to then pass that on to you as the franchise owner. Right? Anything from a marketing standpoint, all of the digital work, the website, the SEO. When you Google Tim Sandwich Shop, right? Or you sandwich shop near me, poof, at the top, if Tim's Sandwich Shop is always coming up, somebody was working on that internally, right? So you have all of those things going for you. And one of the pieces that I think really drives this home during the process as we are connecting people to the franchisors, 6 to 8 week journey in the discovery process of the mutual vetting between you and the franchisors. And it's a cumulative effect. You start learning a little bit more and more, and you start talking to some more people, but ultimately you're going to get to that last piece, that last step in the process. And we've talked about this a lot on the show, is meet the team day or discovery day. This is when now you're like, yeah, okay, I'm paying the royalties. Every now and then people have a little hang up on this. This is why we want to talk about it. Yeah, I'm paying the royalties, but you walk into Meet the Team Day virtually or in person, and you're like, whoa, now I get it, right? There isn't just a marketing person, there's a marketing department. There's not a training person, there's a training department, right? All of those different things where you just really essentially become overwhelmed in a good way, a positive way of like, wow, look at all of the people that are here to support me. None of them would be there without the royalties, right? So it is unique to franchising. It is one of the reasons why franchise owners are so significantly more successful than somebody starting up a business. Because again, the franchisor, we always talk about this, they have the proven plan, right? They've figured everything out. But part of that plan is everybody that is there, all of the systems and support for you once you become a franchise owner. That would not happen without royalties. So that is a little kind of understanding of what that looks like. So when you are vetting a franchise and you see they talk about, hey, here's 7% royalties, and you're like, there's a moment for everybody where they're like, oh man, I got to pay that. Yes, you do. And as you go through this journey, you're going to, again, just be essentially overwhelmed with the amount of support that money is basically buying you, things that you could not possibly, that it's a pretty insignificant amount of money when you look at it from a standpoint of like, if I'm going to do this from scratch, I have to figure all of this out, hope it works, hope I know how to find the right people for all of these different areas, many of which I may not know much about. So that's royalties, my friends. Last little thing I want to just kind of share with everybody. Just, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I kind of gloss over this. When you are certainly finding us on wherever you listen to your podcast, keep doing so. Awesome. Thank you. But I do want to make sure everybody's aware of other places you can find us, social media and our websites. And there's 3 of them now. FranCoach.net, obviously our main site, Franchising101podcast.net, but then franchisingnews.net also. FranCoach.net is our main site, actually in the process of being revised. I can't wait. I hate our current website, by the way. So it's going to get this fantastic new look within a couple months. Podcast site is there in addition to all the podcast platforms. But Franchise News is basically it is blogs. And there are a ton of them that not only our team has been able to create, but we've really been able to, like, without even trying, get a lot of franchisors that want to be guest contributors. So it's not just me and the FranCoach crap. It's a lot of other things in franchising as well. So if you like to read, definitely check that out as well. And then, of course, those social media sites for all 3, FranCoach, Franchising 101 Podcast, and Franchising News. They are there for you. Pick your platform and reach out, send us a message. Let's get set up for a phone call. If you have any interest, curiosity in determining if this is the path for you, and we know you do, you're listening, so come on with it. Let's chat. There is never ever any fee for our service to work with our team. So we encourage you to reach out today to help you create your better tomorrow.